All right, we're going to animate our GIF. So in order to do that, we want to make sure we've gotten to the point where we're pretty much complete with everything as far as creating our layers go. So you'll see I have all of my layers here. And at this point, it seems like everything is correct in its placement. There's this really fantastic function in Photoshop, and it's under your history panel. If you can't find it, it's probably this little paintbrush with the little bullets over here. Or actually, it's over here. I had it open. And it's called the snapshot. So it's this little camera, and what it does is it saves a spot you were currently working in. So that way, in case you do a bunch of things here and you decide you have to change your plan, you can always refer back to the snapshot. And it's like undo that brings you back like a really long time ago. So the first thing we want to do is take a snapshot. So that way, in case we make a lot of edits and a lot of merging and we make mistakes, we can always go back to this point where we have all of these layers. So step one was our snapshot. Step two is that we need to merge our layers together so that all the ones add up to just one frame. So I'm going to hold down my control key and click this other one layer here, right click, and merge layers. So it doesn't matter what the letter is. I just want to make sure I'm merging together all of my ones, all of my twos, using my control key to click on these guys. Or you could hold shift to do all in a row. Merge layers. Gonna do all my threes. All my fours. Okay, so after I've merged all of my layers, that's when I'll be able to animate it. And it's only a few steps, and it gives you a lot of options for how you can edit it. So I'm going to pause for a moment and finish merging these layers, and then we'll get back to continuing the animation process. Okay, so I finished merging all of my layers, and as you can tell, I have one layer per frame. And it's not a bad idea to confer back with like that GIF planning sheet we made to make sure that there's one layer per frame. So it will basically be about 1 second of your little animation. Now we're ready to start animating it. So the first thing we need to do is go to Windows, Timeline. Okay, so this little doodad will pop up at the bottom, and that's we definitely need for the animation process. We're going to hit this little drop down here, and yours will probably be set to create a video timeline, but we need create frame animation. And then we're going to click the actual button, and you'll see one of your frames will appear. But now we need all of our frames to appear. So we'll hit this button here with 3 lines, make frames from layers, and now all of my frames appear here. So chances are it's already set here to forever. And if you hit play, that means it's going to play and it's going to just keep looping it. So right now it's at a really fast speed, as you can tell. Let's stop that for a sec. And it's really fast. It's almost like so fast where it's hard to process it. So my best suggestion is to start at like 0.2 seconds by hitting each of these drop down menus. And what I like to do is set all of the frames to a longer length so it's a little easier to process and understand how it's working out so far. And then after I do that, I can choose to make certain frames longer. I can choose to make certain frames shorter. It's up to you how you want the process to turn out. So let's see how this looks. At least it's a lot easier to process at this point. Maybe I want like these first few layers here with the firecrackers to be a lot faster. Maybe I'll do 0.1 seconds for those. And then maybe the ones with the actual fireworks, I can make those a little bit slower. So that's just something you'll end up working on the timing with and adjusting. The nice part is if you realize something here is messed up and it's not working, we can go back in our history to that snapshot and we could just go back and finish our editing and make a lot of adjustments. So I'm going to try this and we'll see how this function works out. And I think this will be a good one. There we go. So it's pretty fast. as far as going through the air, but then once they break in the sky, it's a lot slower. Cool. So once I'm happy with my project, I'm going to use just file save to just save the PSD file. So we definitely need a PSD version, the Photoshop document version, in case we want to make any edits. But then we also need to save it as a GIF in order to like insert it and view it outside of Photoshop. So in order to export it as a GIF, we're going to go to File, Export, and we're going to go to Save for Web Legacy. A big screen's going to pop up, and thankfully there's really nothing you need to do that's different. You'll just go in and give it a second to load, and you'll just click save. Really the only difference is that it's going to say .gif at the end. That's really the only, there we go. Good, I hit save, and as you can tell, this was my document. I'm going to save it at the bottom here. I'll save it to my desktop. Okay. Give it a moment to load. And then most importantly, we need to make sure we upload it to Padlet, and we need to upload it to Classroom. So we'll go, and I'm going to open up the Padlet link and show you how to update it. Okay, so I'm on my GIF page here, my Padlet, and I can hit this little plus sign in the corner and upload. And I want to make sure it's the one that ends in GIF. So when I click on this one, open. It's going to take a moment to load. Don't forget to put your name at the top. And of course, we're going to upload this to Classroom and as well. You can upload both your GIF version and your PSD version, so I can insert your grade there. So you'll click Publish, and you'll be totally done with the process.